the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in.
It's a building that's meant so much to the city of New Orleans and all of its residents over the years. And our coverage of the NFL has brought us to it, Caesars Superdome. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the New York Jets and the New Orleans Saints.
Harrison Nevis to kick off.
Here's Harrison Nevis to get this one started. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Opening carry for Devon Achane. Well, maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards. That's a nice, quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. 1st and 10 now from the 46.
Hey, go Fury!
A gain of 13 yards.
It's Achane on the inside here. This time they've got him. He can't break another tackle. He will go down behind the line.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard. Brings up second.
Offense to the line. 2nd down.
45-yard line.
Ready. Next, ready.
From the gun, Rattler. That's caught. Devon Achane. And he takes it down to the 33. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Put the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
It's a New York touchdown! The Jets take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Devon Achane with the touchdown.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards. But the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
That one right down the middle. And the Jets will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And he's going to field this one in the end zone without a return. So that's going to bring us out to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Saints find themselves with some good field position starting out.
Solo left side. Hey. 21G. Hey.
Quick to the air is Tagovailoa. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
The give here on 2nd. And he's not going to get the first. He made it real close, though, didn't he, Brock? It's a gain of 5, 3rd down coming up.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive run, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
First down, here's Tua. Jump off, caught by his back. He's able to get it past midfield and down into the Jets side.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
First and 10.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Tagovailoa on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. They tried to air it out, but just couldn't hook up. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Kid, I'm just kind of laughing because I could feel the armchair quarterbacks going, I can make that throw. And anybody who's actually made those throws says you have no idea what it feels like with everybody breathing down your neck. That play's got to be right, timed up right, and it certainly wasn't.
Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing fourth down. So here's Harrison Mevis, ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, 52 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
They were able to answer a score with a score. Maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
Doesn't like what he sees, so he got a touchback. They're going to begin this drive at the 35-yard line. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up first and 10.
Ready. Red, 10 cycles.
They'll start the drive with Achane. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Shotgun snap to Rattler. Headed out right. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I think those big old boxing gloves might have made a better catch and a better call than receiver gloves right there for that one. It is going to be a fight to hang on the ball, and we just saw physicality personified.
Go Pete.
On third down, here's Rattler. He puts some air under it, deep down the left. He's got it inside the 10. And it'll be first and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
First and goal, Jets.
Smith red. Here we go.
Trying to run it in. Achane. And the defense holds, Brock. They catch him at the 4. He only gets back to that line of scrimmage.
Guessing everybody in the huddle on the sidelines sure want a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot, and can't wait to see what they do here on second and goal.
Ready.
Throwing is Rattler. That's incomplete on second down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Running out of chances. Here's third and goal.
60 red. Cut.
Rattler setting to throw. Escapes the pocket. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
They want the touchdown on fourth and goal. They're going for it from the 3.
Set, ready. Yellow, 43.
And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. The Jets with an early lead. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Jets football. Field goal team is out to try to add 3 points to their lead. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
What a season this guy is having. Yet to miss on a field goal this entire year. And I really hope I didn't just jinx him.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the run back to the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Saints to the line now. First and 10. Hand off to the back. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
It didn't look like he ever really got a chance to fully get that play started, Kate. Just not enough time for him to work before they were all over him making that stop.
26-yard line.
Tua off the play fake. He's going deep. Brought in inside the 20. There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints can tie it up in a second after cutting into the lead. Nevis with a point after. And the Saints tie things 10-10.
Harrison Nevis to kick off.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And this is taken in the end zone, but not returned, so they'll bring this out to the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up first and 10.
Cover 38. Get ready.
Here's A-Chain up the middle. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Ready. Now, red sticky. Green. Red. Yellow. Stick. Metal. Cut.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He'll drop this down to A-Chain. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
That's good.
You just got to love that angle, right? It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times you see the backs out of the backfield or just run the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the first down.
And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
A-Chain to the right. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And he's going to take it in for the New York touchdown. The Jets take a second quarter lead. Devon A-Chain with the touchdown. Lining up now to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets break that tie and now lead by 7.
Saints 10.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. Making some progress here. A field flipping effort there as he's brought down on the opposite side of the 50.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on a short field, and you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize and find that end zone.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
44. Ready.
Going play action. Tagovailoa. Looking to his fullback now. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35.
It's a gain of 14.
They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's good for a Saints first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
So they'll head up here first and 10 from the 34. Here's the one back on the handoff. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Tagovailoa working from the pistol. He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
So the grounding backs him up and wipes away second down. A very tough third down play here. Here he goes, third and long. Taking a deep shot here. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing fourth down.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit. Get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You know, Kate, there was a time when you and I were growing up watching football where a 50-yard kick was impressive. But these kickers of today, they just keep pushing that boundary and showing off incredible leg strength.
At their own 35-yard line.
Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll hand it off to Achane. Nice drives quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
He was taken down.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling our running backs, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
In motion the slot man right. Working now from the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. He's got it deep downfield. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. So a gain of 30 yards on that play. And it's good for a New York first down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Here's Rattler, 1st and 10. Finds his fullback. And this one does not go far. Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of 2. Brings up 7 and 8.
Second down carry for Achane. And a decent run gets about 4. It's going to be third down. So Brock, we're down to 1 minute and 59 seconds to play now in our opening half. More from Caesars Superdome in just a moment. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Set hut, slide blue. 10 black, drill green. Double 38. Smash. Hut.
Achane again. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Tua out of the pistol. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Short pass brought in. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. 1st and 10 now from the 46.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Ooh, almost to throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. Second down coming up.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Sticking to the air, it's Tagovailoa. Completed to his running back. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
That's caught for the first. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Tagovailoa on first down. This one's caught. He drives this down to the 8 before going out.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Handoff on second and short. And this is going to be a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints earn the chance to tie before halftime. Point after by Mevis is good. And the Saints bring it back to even.
Harrison Mevis to kick off.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up first and 10.
Yellow, 6, rebel, green, back, steel, black, ready.
On the gun, Rattler. Cut down the field, it's Pitts. And no gain after the catch, but the gain's still out across midfield. They're to the 45. The Jets take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
First down, Jets.
Here we go.
Rattler to the air now. Here's a screen for Achane. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Zone read, they hand it to Achane. Manages a gain of 3 there. And that's good for a Jets first down. Jets moving quickly, trying to get the offense set.
First down. It's a gain of 3.
Here's Rattler.
And the Jets first down.
Has him on the quick hitter. Running in the red zone. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York. The Jets take the lead just before halftime. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Jets break that tie and now lead by 7.
Saints 20.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. First down, Tagovailoa to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory.
Ready. All right, go ahead, go. Ready. 20, TX.
On first down, here's Tagovailoa. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. before halftime. We get a timeout. Take it.
First and 10.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Completed over the middle. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. And there's the timeout from the offense. Just 4 seconds left to go. And that play, that should help them get some points here going into the half.
On for the field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
Mevis able to knock it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Kid, I don't think there's any question. This is going to be a close game when it's all said and done because it's awfully tight here at the half. And that field goal, and that gives them a little more confidence running into the locker room.
Harrison Mevis to kick off.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. And it looks like we're going to have time for one more play here, Brock, because this one goes for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Here comes the final play of our first half.
22 middle. Let's go. Back. Middle. Black. 95. Ready.
Back to throw it. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up.
44. Ready.
Here's a toss running left. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Dallas Turner there to bring him down.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Go ahead. Step. Ready.
Back to throw. Tua. Caught. Nice gain left side. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. A pickup of 17. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
47-yard line.
20 TX. Out.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's second down.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. And you feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4.
All right, come on. Out.
Tua off the play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to keep it this time. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that first down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, it denies the first down.
Hey, 21 TX.
3rd and 2. Now Tagovailoa. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable in an incomplete.
Looking to throw. Forces one through double coverage. Oh, it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
First down from the 42. Here's a handoff for Achane. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
Rattler. Looking right, and he finds him. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
On third down, here's Rattler. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. And now they're staring at a fourth down. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
The wind was at a sails, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
At their own 21-yard line.
New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tagovailoa. On the deep shot. And he's out of bounds, but what a great play there, Brock. He's got him into field goal range.
That's good.
One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. First and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. He cuts it right, and he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints can tie it up after hitting pay dirt in the 3rd. Nevis now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints tie this game up.
Harrison Nevis to kick off.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Rattler. Throw left side is caught by Pitts. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield down inside the 45-yard line. One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. Achane, a 1st down carry. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Trent McDuffie getting there for the stop.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Shotgun snap to Rattler. Buys time, rolling right. He finds his running back on a deep shot. Nicely done. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2. That sets up 1st and goal.
And the Jets. First down. First and goal.
Achane runs in for the New York touchdown. The Jets take a lead just before the end of the 3rd. Devon Achane with the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Now the PAT try coming up. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets break that tie and now lead by 7.
Saints 30.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a
At their
touchback.
own 35-yard line.
First and 10, Saints find themselves with some good field position starting out. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield.
And the Saints.
It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
All right. Hey, Watson, Oscar. Ready.
Right up the gut. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
3 quarters in the books from this one. It's the Saints' ball. They're down on the scoreboard, but things not out of hand yet. They break the huddle. It's second down now. Tua now from the gun. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on and on.
Tagovailoa facing third and long. Hits his running back. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Hey, 21 T8.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Catch made over the middle. And he's tackled after a nice pickup, but we've got a flag down. This could wipe that play away. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Their work doubly is difficult now after that holding call. It's 2nd and 20. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Whoa! 21G.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Thrown all the way to the end zone here. And this is going to be a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints now trail by just a point in the 4th. So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th.
Harrison Beavis to kick off.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, Rattler. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled for a short gain.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that's way too much risk for that reward.
It's a chance on the inside give. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
Okay.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
6, Mega. Black 40. Dog red. Cut.
They'll throw, 3rd and long. That's Smith on the slant. And the pass is stopped before it can get to the first. Great tackle there to bring up 4th down.
A gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
The Saints calling for a timeout. It's their first. And they still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Well, tie game, and they want to be the ones to put this away. They're going for it.
52 points. Cycle. Steal, flat.
Before they snap it on 4th and inches, they call timeout. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
Ready.
Well, tie game, and they want to be the ones to put this away. They're going for it.
Here we go.
And the QB keeps it on the sneak. They're loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
It's a gain of a yard.
One thing you cannot say, Kate, about this offense is they're not bold. That was a bold decision, one they trusted the big guys up front, and they moved the sticks.
1st and 10 now from the 46.
Ready, ready.
Rattler to the air now. Here's a screen for Achane. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Hits him on the out route. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the 2 of them.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Let's go. Ready?
Running with Achane here out of the gun. Drops by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Right, 95. Ready.
Rattler setting to throw. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
There are times a quarterback's got to be blacksmiths. When you're in the pocket, there's just a certain timing and precision. When you get outside that pocket, you got to be an artist. You got to be creative, and this guy is.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Jets in range for a game-winning score.
Ready, set.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34.
Come on, set, set.
Achane gets this on the draw. That is exactly why you rally to the football. Got through 1 tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss.
He was taken down.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Down, 22 needle. 60 red. 60 red.
They'll motion Smith left. Aaron Glenn with an eye on that play clock, and he's going to burn a timeout. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Let's go now. 10 black. Ready, ready.
Here he is to throw. Pitts brings it in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. We have a timeout here. 2nd one taken by New Orleans. 3rd down, they need 7.
Foot you, yellow. Green jack. Hey, red. Six, mega. Cut.
Looking to throw it. This finds Smith. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out. Give him 8 on that one. And it's good for a New York 1st down.
Here we go. Here we go.
And the shotgun, they'll give it to Achane. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
32. Check, huh?
Achane again on second. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's third down.
And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. Now it all comes down to the veteran, confidently marching out for this moment. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. The entire game now resting on the right foot of this kicker. From 37 yards in the right hash. So it's a road win for the Jets.